my bullish bias over FTN Cocoa Processing stocks. When I talk about bullish bias, I mean my positive market sentiment towards the stocks or shares of FTN Cocoa, or why have I developed a strong appetite as a stock trader or an investor towards the shares of FTN Cocoa Processing Company. FTN Cocoa is one of the companies that is quoted in the Nigeria Exchange Group. This company is into production of cocoa liqueur, cocoa powder, cocoa butter, cocoa cake, and some other products. Let's look at some of the key market performance indicators, starting from the volume of the shares. As at 25th June 2025, the volume or the unit of the shares that was traded among investors happened to be 13.85 million units. And that 13.85 million unit of share worth 51.3 million naira. Now, see market capitalization. It has surged to 14.47 billion, which makes the company stock to be liquid, even though it is a penny stock. Now, see the candlesticks for FTN Cocoa. The candlesticks is used to interpret the direction of the price of the security or shares during the trading period. Now, as at 25th June 2025, the share price of FTN Cocoa opened with 3 naira 38 kobo, close at 3 naira 71 kobo. The lowest price the share of FTN Cocoa attained in the course of the trading is 3 naira 70 kobo, while the highest price is 3 naira 71 kobo. Now, I later carry out what I call fundamental analysis. The company recently released the Q1 result of 2025, I mean the first quarter, which is the first 3 months in this year. And going through the financial statement, I discovered that the post-tax profit was lost. The earning per share was negative. Even from their balance sheet, the total assets has decreased, while the amount of liability has gone up. Even the equity has decreased also, which means fundamentally FTN Cocoa Company is not sound. But I noticed something. Even if the fundamental of the company is not okay, why is it that the price of the shares of FTN Cocoa is increasing slightly? I have been saying that the price is going up little by little, but fundamentally the company is not sound. That I need to find out, why was the price increasing little by little? Therefore, I need to carry out what I call a technical analysis. Now, in the course of my technical analysis, I saw what we call the footprints. The footprint, we normally use it, is one of the tools of the technical analysis. We use it to know the volume of the stocks or shares that are being traded based on one particular time frame. Now, here comes that I am seeing that even though the fundamental is not sound, there are buyers to consume the shares. Whenever somebody is willing to sell in the market, I discover that somebody is buying. There is always a buyer in the market. Now, what is making someone to be buying shares in the market when the fundamental is not sound? Which means something is actually happening in that very company. Now, because of that, I have to do more research. I dive into the commodity market. In the commodity market, precisely US future markets, where commodities like agricultural products and natural resources are being traded. In the commodity market, you can trade palm oil, you can trade soya beans, you can trade crude oil, you can trade cocoa. But my area of interest is cocoa. Now, I discovered that the price per ton of cocoa as at 25th June 2025, a ton of cocoa in the commodity market is around $8,731.50 per ton. And I saw a projection by analysts. They believed that within the next few months, the price per ton of cocoa could be as high as 9,000 per ton. Now, what is the catalyst that is now driving the price of cocoa? Why is the price of cocoa surging in the commodity market? I need to find out. Now, in the course of my analysis again, I now discovered that Trump, being the US president, has levied various tariffs across the globe. And it was because of the tariff that the commodity market is being affected, especially cocoa, just like the milk crude oil also affected. Because when you talk about the tariff, when they say they've imposed tariff, technically it means the price of the product has been increased. Just like when I think early this year, the federal government of Nigeria approved 50% tariff hike for telecommunication company in Nigeria. And we all see what happened to the price of the data and the card. MTN data surge, MTN data surge. Even the SMS alert increased, the airtime also increased. MTN now, that the fundamental was very bad throughout last year. Only this year, the first quarter result that was released a few months ago, their revenue surged above 1 trillion. And the profit was also huge because they are not benefiting from economic events. In the same way, this FTN Cocoa is not benefiting from economic events. Because now, FTN Cocoa, they use cocoa as raw material for production of their products. Now, they will buy cocoa. They can easily adjust the price of their product because they buy the cocoa at a very higher price. So, which means they will adjust the price of their product. They can even benefit from inflation. So, the economic event is what is actually driving the share price of FTN Cocoa, even when the fundamental is not okay. You can see now that I've been able to connect the stock market to a commodity market. So what is the catalyst driving the share of FTN Cocoa is the tariff, which is the government policy introduced by Trump. It is the tariff that is driving the price of cocoa in the commodity market, which have a direct impact in the Nigeria economy. In fact, some of the companies listed in the Nigeria Stock Exchange, they have been also affected either negatively or positively by Trump policy. Now, having discovered the reason why the price of the share is surging, I need to catch the early bet with FTN Cocoa. Then I'll go back to my technical analysis again. Now, because of my technical analysis time around, I saw that the price of FTN Cocoa already bouncing up from the key region. As the price is bouncing off the key region, I need to key in. Then I looked at my relative strength index. It is less than 30, which is also good for me because it means the stock is already in oversold region, not an overbought region. I checked my average directional index. It was very weak, which is also okay by me. Now I look at my MACD. I discovered that the MACD line is sitting comfortably above the signal line. And MACD itself, which is the histogram, has turned to positive, which means the buyer has already taken control of the market because it is the buyer that pushes the price of security upward in the market. Now, where do I now catch the early bet? Look at the board. On the 25th May 2025, I bought the FTN Cocoa at the rate of 2 naira 27 kobo. I buy at the bottom of the market when the price is bouncing off from the key region. As you can see today now, the price is 3 naira 38 kobo, which also jumped to 3 naira 71 kobo. The catalyst behind this is the economic events. So I did not buy the share when the price is high. I bought when it was very low. And you can see now that the price is rallying. I believe the price will still grow more. So with what I've done now, I've been able to confirm my bullish bias over FTN Cocoa Stocks, and that is the reason why I subscribe to the shares of this very company, because they are benefiting from economic events. So as a stock trader or an investor, you do not only study stock market in isolation. You have to connect the stock market back to commodity market. I mean, you do what is called intermarket analysis for you to be a good or a successful stock trader. When next we meet again, I will explain more. Thank you.